We're going to be talking about a very important subject now, and it's often the missing link into why people are not getting well. I've heard of people say, I had breast cancer, tried the natural way and it just didn't work. I had ovarian cancer, tried the natural way and it didn't work. I'm always intrigued as to what this natural way is. Because yes, definitely we need water, we need exercise, we need early nights, we need nourishing food. That's all fairly common sense, isn't it? But what I'm about to tell you today is the missing link into why those two ladies didn't heal. In fact, why many didn't heal. And it also explains why Angelina Jolie did not have to remove her breasts, and many women follow suit. They actually just needed to balance their hormones.
In this video, we'll learn from Barbara O'Neill's insights about how important hormonal balance is for overall health and well-being. Barbara unveils the secrets of hormonal harmony, showing how everyday choices can turn you into the maestro of your own biochemical orchestra. From the foods on your fork to the spring in your step, she reveals how each decision ripples through your endocrine system. Discover how your morning routine could be the key to unlocking boundless energy. Barbara's holistic approach isn't just about feeling good, it's about unleashing your body's full potential. Let's listen to Barbara tell us more.
So, how do we turn this around? Number one, eliminate, turn the tap off. If you don't turn the tap off, you're still going to be mopping up in the other corner. Stop the pill. Well, how are we going to stop having babies popping up everywhere? Well, sex is two parts, so contraception should be two parts. The woman's role is to know when she's ovulating, and the man's role is to wear some sort of protection when she's ovulating. So let me show you the 3 signs that a woman's body will give her. One sign is her temperature will change. So she takes her temperature before she gets out of bed every day, and she will find it'll do that over the month and go up onto a higher plane. So that drop and up onto a higher plane will happen around day 14. It might be day 13 or it might be day 15. But when she monitors her temperature, she allows herself to be able to define when her ovulation starts. The second sign is that the vaginal mucus changes. Now when estrogen's high, it's more thick and creamy and not as profuse. When progesterone levels are high, it's very profuse, really clear and stringy. So as she just tests her mucus every day, she writes it on a chart. So she makes herself a monthly chart. The third sign is that her cervix changes. So every day she just tests her cervix and comments. Now at first she's got nothing to compare it with, but as she goes on week after month, she'll start to be able to decipher the changes. And she will find those 3 signs will come together usually in this month here. So she will say to her husband, I'm safe, I'm not safe, I'm safe. So when she is not safe, he needs to wear a condom or muster the art of withdrawal. Apparently the Italian men used to pride themselves in not getting their women pregnant by mastering the art of withdrawal. I love that story because how often has it just been put on the woman? But you know, it should be 2 parts. Eliminate the meat and its products. If a person loves meat and its products, it must be organic. It's actually unsafe today. But we'll show you here how vegetarian food can taste very nice. I think it's impossible to eliminate plastic, but just do the best you can. And this 4th one, to be able to protect yourself from zearalenone, try and cut out the wheat. I don't eat wheat hardly ever. Sometimes if I travel I eat a little, and I can handle it because I hardly ever eat it. If someone's got a health problem, they need to totally stop it. And once they've conquered their health problem, they might be able to have a little now and then. So number 1 is turning the tap off. Number 2, your liver has the ability to detoxify you from environmental poisons. There's the liver, and we're specifically talking about estrogen now. If the liver puts the estrogen down the hydroxy 2 pathway, it goes out of the body. If the liver takes the estrogen down the hydroxy 16 pathway, it comes back in 100 times worse. So you can see, ladies, we don't want the hydroxy 16 pathway. We want the hydroxy 2. I'm going to call it highway 2 and highway 16. And I'm going to make a list of foods and herbs and vitamins that stimulate highway 2, getting rid of that estrogen, and inhibit highway 16, which wants to keep it back in. One is the cabbage family. The cabbage family contain a plant chemical called indoles. And these indoles stimulate highway 2 and inhibit highway 16. So it can be very simple of just eating the cabbage family every day. So that might be broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, kale, bok choy, and of course cabbage. High estrogen opposes thyroid function. So people that have a thyroid problem, it can be a hormonal imbalance, and people that have a thyroid problem, they need to be cautious of raw brassica. Raw brassica or raw cabbage family contain goitrogens, and goitrogens inhibit thyroid function. So if someone's got underactive thyroid gland, they need to cook all their cabbage family, because cooking disarms the goitrogens. If someone has a hyperthyroidism, hyperactive thyroid, go for the raw cabbages, because you want to slow that thyroid down. Can you see that difference? Just a comment as we talk on the cabbage family. So now we're looking at what else can stimulate highway 2 and inhibit highway 16 is flaxseed. So that's a really easy one to grind up for your breakfast every day. And licorice. If you've got high blood pressure, forget the licorice. Also, vitamin B, particularly vitamin B6, 9 and 12. Now the highest source of your B vitamins is raw nuts and seeds, but if someone has a hormonal imbalance, they may initially need to supplement. So this one's turning the tap off. This one's getting rid of the excess estrogen, and there is a cream called the Anna's Wild Yam Cream that is our third point. The Anna's Wild Yam Cream contains the plant chemical diosgenin. And when this cream is applied to the skin, the fat cells take it up and it stimulates the pathway that your body uses to make its own progesterone. How long would a woman apply for? At least 1 year. One lady said, I tried it for 2 months and it didn't work. I said, well, let me show you what's happening at 2 months. So this lady had the imbalance. After 2 months, we're about there. Where do we want to be? Here. She said, well, how long do I have to be on it? And I said, well, it's been out for 20 years. The good news is it won't take 20 years, but it may take 1 or 2. I met a 9-year-old girl when I was in the Bronx who already had her periods, developed breasts at 8. So she went on the Anna's Yam Cream. I met a 90-year-old woman who was on the Anna's Wild Yam Cream for her osteoporosis. You see, when you boost progesterone cells, you boost osteoblast cells. They're your bone-building cells. So if you're between 9 and 90, what about men? Well, a man would go on the yam cream, and they make a cream now called his yam cream. And it's the same really as the Anna's, but it's got a few herbs specific for men. So the his yam cream, a man will apply just a little bit, just the very tip of the finger twice a day, and he doesn't have a break because men aren't cyclic like women. Why would a man be on it? To help if he was a little effeminate. It would help with his masculinity, to help get the testosterone levels down, to conquer prostate problems. One man said, forgive the French, he said, this cream just puts lead in my pencil. So it helps with penile dysfunction. So let's go back to the menopausal women. They're overweight, yes, this will help. They've got no desire for sex, yes, this will help. Sex is painful. There's no lubricant, the cells are they're very, very tender. Well, there's something that a woman can do that will get help with that within a couple of weeks, and that is yoni stones. Now, these were developed in the Chinese dynasty to get the concubines sexually toned for the emperor. They're made out of nephrite jade. Nephrite jade is the best. It's like a marble. You want a very dense stone. And the first and the largest stone, they're like an egg, is about that big. The next egg is a little bit smaller, and then you've got one that's smaller again. And the largest nephrite jade yoni stone is inserted right up into the birth canal until it touches the cervix. Now these yoni stones have little holes at the bottom, so a woman can put a little bit of dental floss in so it can be easily extracted. Now what a woman will do is she'll wear the largest stone for 1 hour a day, week 1, 2 hours a day, week 2, 3 hours a day, week 3, 4 hours a day, week 4, until she gets up to the 5th week where she's wearing the stone for 5 hours a day. She will wear that stone for 5 hours a day for about 6 months. By then her pelvic floor is very strong. So what's happening with women wearing this yoni stone, because it's so strengthening their pelvic girdle, that it's healing prolapses. You see, we're ever fighting gravity, yeah, where it drops down. But if your pelvic floor muscles are strong, you will never have a prolapse. So also I'm seeing women that have been incontinent, no more incontinence after wearing the yoni stone. Now several women have said to me, sex is no longer painful. It appears that when you strengthen that pelvic girdle, it pulls the blood to the area, which feeds all the cells and strengthens the cell lining the birth canal. So sex is no more painful. I've had several women say to me, Barbara, my lubricant has returned. I've had couples say to me in their 50s, thank you, Barbara, our sex life has returned. Our husband can now perform because of his yam, and the lady doesn't find it painful anymore. Do you know, I believe God meant for human beings to be enjoying their sexual relations as a married couple till their 80s. But I find people in their 50s, and sometimes if the man is very sexually active, he gets very frustrated because, you know, his poor wife, he doesn't know what to do. He needs to be relieved, but his wife, it's so painful. So I've seen many couples return to that, enjoying that part of their relationship again. One young woman I know had twin girls, both were 6 pounds. Can you imagine the weight? And ever after, whenever she cried or coughed or laughed, she'd lose a little urine. She just thought, well, this is what I have to wear because I carried such heavy babies. But muscle knows no age. You can strengthen those muscles. She began to wear the yoni stone. She said within 2 months, she could laugh, cough, cry. No more incontinence. So can you see why they're becoming popular? And really, it's just a way to strengthen the pelvic girdle.